Peace, King. How you feeling? Can you hear me?
All is well. Peace, God. Yeah. Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear, brother.
All right, man. First and foremost, I want to thank you for coming on the platform. This is a major honor. I truly appreciate everything that you're doing for our people, especially in the city of Cleveland. It's very inspiring. And man, I'm proud of you. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, brother. And I'm grateful for you allowing me to be on your platform. You know?
Oh yeah, it's definitely an honor. So for the viewers that may not recognize you, let them know who you are and definitely where you're from.
Yes, sir. So my name is Antoine Tobert. I go by Chairman Fahiem. I'm the chairman of an organization, a community organization here in Cleveland called New Era Cleveland. We are one of 18 chapters from a national organization called New Era. So we're just a chapter located here in Cleveland, man. We do a lot of work. There really isn't much that we don't cover in regards to what's needed in our neighborhoods, black communities, impoverished communities specifically, food distribution. We have a youth um, mentorship program. So our youth are going through a rites of passage, youth development program. We do community patrol, so very similar to the Black Panther Party for self defense, the Guardians, the New Era Young Lords, and all those organizations that started that true community policing. We're modeling that as well. Um, yeah, we do programming at the juvenile state prison, at the juvenile detention center. So there's not really much that we don't do, man. It's not much that we aren't out in front of.
Man, that's major. That's real major. Now I can ask you, when did you join New Era and why did you join? What inspired you to join the organization like that?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was 2017 going into 2018, and much like most people in today's society, I was witnessing a lot of the atrocities taking place in our communities with us killing each other, with kids dying, as well as like the police. During that period of time, it seemed like there was like a heightened sense of awareness to police brutality for some odd reason. So we had Tamir Rice, we had Trayvon Martin, we had Sandra Bland, we had Alton Sterling, Freddie Gray, and the list of names could continue to go on. And so I was just witnessing this stuff on social media like everybody else. And I think that's really what it was, is there was the algorithm was pushing this police brutality. So I'm watching like everybody else. I'm getting enraged. I'm making posts. I'm in the comments, and I'm talking the talk like we got to do something and, you know, all these things. And I wanted to do something, but I didn't know where to start. So I had visited, some events hosted by some organizations here in Cleveland. It was cool. I felt like in that moment, like, oh, it's dope to be here. But I didn't, once I left those events, I didn't feel like we had done anything. We hadn't gotten anything accomplished other than talking amongst like minded people. I'm like, okay, I want to do work. Once I identified I wanted to do work, I get to searching on social media, organizations around the country that were doing real work in the neighborhood. And I came across New York, Detroit. And they were shutting down the gas station after an elderly man had been assaulted by the owner or the workers at the gas station. And I mean, it was so powerful. It wasn't. They weren't tiptoeing around nothing. They weren't cowarding, and they weren't asking permission either. They was telling the story like, "Listen, you in our neighborhood. This is how you gonna operate. Period. Or we shutting you down." And when I seen that, I was like, "Okay, there we go." Boom, I reach out to them. They like, I'm like, I'm willing to travel to Detroit to be a part of y'all movement. And it's like, no, bro, you ain't gotta do that. We got a chapter in Cleveland. And so they tapped me in with Cleveland, man. And I mean, I started volunteering, and about a year and a half, 2 years, I worked my way up the ranks to now being the chairman of the organization and taking it to a whole nother level.
Man, that's what's up. I'd really take my hat off to you, man, for just becoming active because it seemed like a lot of us, we want to do something, we want things to change, but we get stuck in that phase where we just harping on what the problems is or who's causing the problems, but we don't do anything, for ourselves and for our people to make those changes. So that's a major step. And then, like you say, just to work your way up to the ranks to become the chairman. If you could talk about that, what is your role as a chairman? What are you responsible for?
I'm responsible for the day to day operations of our organization, facilitation of our programs, member management. So making sure that our current members are cool. We do a lot in the community, but we also got to take care of our own people here at home as well. So making sure my members good and solid, and helping other people grow. Like we have people join our organization, like I did when I first joined, and I just had the passion. I didn't have all the other necessary steps to be a effective organizer. I wasn't thinking, from a strategic place. It was just more emotion. And so, helping people go through that course, that process with guidance and structure as well. So going from being pissed about what we see going on to now, okay, what can you do about it? What can we do about it as a collective? All right, let's start to put that in place, and making sure that it becomes more than just conversation.
Yeah, yeah. Structure, man. We definitely need that. Now I can ask you, you had mentioned that New Era was in different cities. We have viewers from all over the states and other parts of
That's
the
dope.
world, but in particular, people that's in the states, could you name, just a few of the locations where, they might want to get down with their local chapter?
Absolutely. Yep. Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, Dayton, Ohio. We just got a Dayton, Ohio chapter last year. They moving. Ah man, they so powerful. We were just in Pittsburgh yesterday, so we had all our chapters converge here in Cleveland this past Saturday, and then from there we went to Pittsburgh yesterday, distributing toys, roses, just engaging with our people, showing love, making sure that they good. To see positive, some strong black brothers walking through your neighborhood, passing out basketballs and putting up a couple shots with you, throwing the football around, getting the doors for the queens, pumping gas, just that modelship.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. Um, Now I can ask you, like, in terms of some of the problems that you see specifically in Cleveland, do you feel like it's in every city where it's a major black
Mm,
population, or is it just like
mm,
a Cleveland thing going on?
yeah, yeah. Ah, man, you asking some powerful questions, bro. I'm grateful for that, man. I see the same thing in every major black city, whether it's Baltimore or L.A. or Vegas or Atlanta or Orlando, Detroit. It's the same framework. It's literally the only thing that's different is the lingo, how they talk, how they move around, and some of the food. But other than that, the mindset is the exact same. That's why we're able to go to any space and we don't even have to adapt to the space. It's like it's like you coming home in a sense. So it's the same, man. It's the exact same in every major black city.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate you sharing that information because to some people, just in Cleveland in particular, you got people that never left Cleveland. They never
Yep.
been outside of Cleveland. They only know what
Yep.
they see. So, I appreciate you sharing that. Now I can ask you from your experience, what has been the reception from the citizens of Cleveland? Especially when you first started, because that
Yeah.
was 2017. Then we went through the pandemic, and it's 2024, and you still going strong. Have you
Yeah.
seen a change, or has it been consistent?
The one thing, and and this is my God honest truth. The one thing that remains consistent is the love from the people. That's it. Members have changed. Our organizational structure has changed. Different barriers put in place for us have changed, and but the love from the people has remained the same. That's what let me know that I'm tapped into my God purpose. That's what lets me know that the work that we're doing, it is the right thing. We are on the right track. The love from the people has not shifted. It's grown. And now to the point where it's certain neighborhoods you can't say nothing bad about a New Era Cleveland or a Chairman Fahiem. Hey, it's gonna be some blood getting shed.
Okay, okay, okay. Now I can ask you, just from doing it over the years, what are some of the difficulties that you face? Like, what are some of the areas that you might need more support or more assistance with from the community, and how can people do that? Say if I'm not a member of New Era, but I like what y'all doing, what can I
Yes,
do
sir.
to be a part of it to help you?
Yeah. Much like any other grassroots organization, very similar to the Black Panther Party for self defense. Yeah, we're self funded. We are, well, actually our members, but mainly myself, my queen. Yeah, we funding this movement. So financially, for sure, always can use more support. Folks have donated and covered the cost of tuition for kids to go through our Rites of Passage program at our Youth Development Academy. Folks have donated toys and things like that. Everything that we do is donation based. We gave out toys to 75 families this past weekend, all donations. Nobody dropped a bag on us. Haircuts for the kids, we paying for that, or it's being donated from those barbers. So, funding for sure. Time. If you can't provide money, that's cool. Time. I don't care if it's an hour or 2 hours. Come spend some time within the organization, out in community. Spend some time with these kids. We keep kids around us at all times. We got about a dozen kids with us at any given event. Spend some time with these kids, pour into them. What else? Just people's voices, man, advocating for us, like those different barriers that we talked about before, where we got politicians labeling our organization as a criminal organization, you know. And it's like, yeah, we've been really pushing for families, for residents out in the neighborhood to speak up on our behalf. One, making them aware, because a lot of people don't know what we deal with, because we take it on the chin and we keep moving because we think that this is what comes with doing this work. We're supposed to be targeted. We're supposed to be oppressed. We're supposed to be silenced and have these different barriers put in place. But no, this shouldn't be operating like this. And in fact, that putting those barriers in place for us is a criminal act. When we got politicians using their position of authority as leverage to stifle situations for other people. That's problematic. And again, at the end of the day, what we're doing, feeding people, protecting our neighborhoods, raising up these kids. You know,
Oh yeah, no doubt. I wanted to talk to you about some of the programs that y'all have. I see y'all marching, y'all doing the community patrols, y'all doing the rites of passage program. Now, for the viewers, they say, what's a rites of passage program, and why is that important, and what does that really consist of?
yeah, absolutely. So, rites of passage, that's been in our culture, African culture. That's been in our heritage since the beginning of time. And really, what it represents is that transition, right, for our young men, young women, from childhood to adulthood. And it's like a guided, a structured process to help them kind of make that transition smoothly with a little bit of understanding and wisdom. Just imagine yourself at 10, 11, 12 years old, especially in today's society where we got kids growing up in these mostly single family households, especially here in Cleveland. 70% of children are growing up in single parent households. So we help create that dynamic, that village, that community dynamic when it comes to raising up these kids. So we've seen a lot of our young boys in particular not fully understanding what qualifies you to be a man. What does that entitle? They looking at King Von drilling. That make you a man. Being gangster make you a man. They looking at Lil Durk and NBA YoungBoy, and to them that's what a real man is, being a thug. And so we replaced that imagery. And I believe it was Elijah Muhammad, the honorable Elijah Muhammad, that said, you got to present our people with that the dirty glass versus the clean glass theory, and allow people to choose for themselves. If all you know is this dirty glass, you don't even know that clean glass exists. Your choices are limited. You don't. In fact, you don't even have choices. All you got is what's presented in front of you. Until that clean glass of water is presented, now you got options. Now you can pick. What's the right path for yourself, and that's really what we present people with.
Wow, man, I'm glad you brought that up, man. Yeah, that's a great example. Um, Now I can ask you about this. I don't know if you okay to speak about it or not, or if it's still ongoing. But like you spoke about harassment, I read online that you got
Oh
you
yeah,
got
we could talk about
arrested.
that.
You got
Yeah,
Oh, okay, right. You got arrested. You got fired from your job. Like, could you? I mean,
yeah,
not to harp on like negativity, but just because, like you say, some people don't
yes,
know
sir.
that. They don't know
Yeah,
the things that you're going through, all for
yeah,
the sake of helping liberate our people.
absolutely. And I'm not gonna stop. That's the part. That's the part that I really want people to understand. If they don't take away anything from me and what my life may represent, it's just being resilient. Stand down until you come up, and really trust in the process. Yeah, I have. I've been targeted by the police. I've been illegally arrested, unconstitutionally arrested. I've had my rights violated. It's an open carry state. I was arrested for openly carrying a firearm and then charged with a CCW, right? And then from there, a whole series of events transpired by CPD. one sergeant in particular lying on documentation, not submitting body cam footage, not filing proper paperwork to ensure that I was arrested on false charges, on fictitious charges, and even going as far back as trying to connect me with criminal activity that's taking place in the city, right? Associating me with homicides and robberies. It's even gotten that far. But I thank God that, one, the love that I get from all over the country, man, there's so many people that was willing to speak up on my behalf. So many people making phone calls to the prosecutor or judges to be like, hold on, this guy is this type of person, on my behalf. So I'm grateful for that, man. Um, there was another part to that question. Oh, barriers. Yeah, we've had, again, like I was telling people, my organization labeled a criminal organization. So that gives police officers a certain type of authority to handle us a certain way when they encounter us in the neighborhood. If we're on file labeled a criminal organization, that's no different than the Heartless Felons or Bloods or Crips or some of these other gangs that's throughout the city. We get put in that same category with them. So when police engage us, they engage us the same way they would engage them. So that's been a big barrier that we've been facing, but we've been standing 10 toes down. We just had the police pull up on us Friday night in Maple Heights. We doing a community patrol. We stopped at one of our gas stations that we partner with in Maple Heights, where a lot of homicides have happened, a lot of shootouts have happened, a lot of robberies have happened. On a Saturday, on a Friday night, at 1 o'clock in the morning, we out there posted up, no issues. I'm guessing somebody's driving by, they calls the police. We got 10 police squad cars from Maple Heights, swarm us, lights, the whole nine. I mean, they get out real aggressive. I got kids with me out here on post because we showing these young brothers, 12, 14, 15 years old, this is the type of time we need to be on, right? This is the type of time we need to be on, and it need to be just routine, like brushing your teeth. Police swarm down on us, man, and we have a little, he got his chest poked out. And I had to let him know, like, we're not out here breaking no laws. No laws. We got a partnership with this gas station. Go inside, talk to the owner. If he got an issue, we'll take that up with him. And so everything gets moved over, and they pissed off now. They got to jump in their cars and they skirting out of there, looking stupid. Trying to intimidate us, and it sent a message to the community as well as them kids that was out there with me. Like, listen, man, we can stand. We gonna stand on these rights, bro. These are God given. No man can take that away from us.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's powerful. I mean, like you said, it did take me back to the Panthers and the Elijah Muhammad days. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And growing up, I always admired them people. So we should definitely admire what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? We give love to the celebrities and the rappers and the singers and the people that play basketball, but the people that fight for us and risk their life and risk their freedom, we don't show them the same love.
That's a fact. Hey, and,
Yeah.
and I look at history, man. Again, history is our greatest teacher. Look at the trials and tribulations those that came before us faced. The Black Panther Party, Malcolm, Martin, Marcus Garvey. I mean, they all faced persecution, and they never wavered. They never wavered. We got revolutionaries that's still incarcerated from the from the 60s and 70s. Brothers still locked up from doing this work. So I know what I signed up for. Just like when I was younger and I jumped off the porch and jumped in the streets, I knew exactly what I signed up for. So I'm not backing down off of that. And I know I'm moving in righteousness because in every situation, I may have gotten a couple scratches, but I walked out. I walked away. I give all praise to the Most High for that.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Cleveland got a strong revolutionary history, man. For the viewers who
Yeah,
don't know, we got the Afro Set and Harlell Jones and
yeah,
Ahmed Evans. We had the Medgar Evers Rifle
yeah,
Club. That was before
yeah.
the Panthers. We had
Yes,
Ram,
sir.
the Revolutionary Action Movement. Don
Yeah,
Freeman, he's still living. So some of those guys,
yeah,
like you say, they are still around. Some still in
yeah.
prison, but it's best to utilize their experiences and that information is very important. And we got somebody that's on the front line right now. You could see them, you could touch them, and you can help them.
Mm-hmm,
Don't wait till it's too late or they gone
mm-hmm.
or they give up or whatever they choose to do. Support them while they active now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
yes, sir.
now let me. Okay, now I wanted to ask you about this. I was reading in one of the articles y'all was you was able to relocate like a missing child or something like that.
Yeah, multiple. Yes, sir. Multiple missing children throughout the city of Cleveland, Akron, Lorraine. in some of the surrounding suburbs. That's been a real issue that we've been dealing with, and we don't get any support from law enforcement when we do that. So I want to make that clear. Like the police not giving us any information in regards to what's going on. Neither are we providing them any information in regards to what's transpired. We handling that all of that ourselves, man. With no support from any of these medical institutions, I'm saying that we're getting young girls out of sex trafficking situations, and then we got to fight with the hospital to ensure that this baby, 11, 12, 13 years old, gets admitted to the hospital. Something just as simple as that. Ensuring that this little kid who's been sex trafficked is getting admitted to this hospital, is getting the proper medical treatment, is getting drug tested because they doping these little girls up, they keeping them drunk, you know, they got STDs and all other types of things. So we're ensuring that these babies can get the proper medical treatment, and then those additional resources after that, therapy, help with mental health. Does this child need to be relocated? That's been a big thing that we facing out, man. It's no problem really getting the kids, but then once we get them, we have no place to take them to. That's gonna treat them the way they need to be treated in that moment, and that's where like the system is falling short. But we're working on being able to address that part by providing some safe housing and things like that in the future.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, man. I take my hat off to you again and again because, like you say, you help relocating missing children and trying to help them get the care that they need. Actually, obviously, they traumatized. Y'all doing the street patrols to stop crime and stop homicides. Y'all feeding people. Y'all going door to door, getting people haircuts, getting them hygiene kits. I mean, that's
Hmm.
truly amazing, man. That's amazing. Now I can ask you, I guess, what do you feel like your ultimate goal is for New Era in the city of Cleveland? Because, like I
Hmm.
said, you've been doing it for years and years. In the
Yeah.
next 10 years or the next 5 years, what would you like to see happen?
I would say goal number one for me would be to raise up an entire generation that's on this same type of time. That's why I'm focusing on the kids. That's why my primary focus is building up these kids and providing support to these families so that we can create the best environments for this same type of mindset that I embody to develop and be cultivated without facing all of the unnecessary struggles like growing up in poverty. Man, if that mindset could be developed in a healthy environment, and you're not in a single parent household and ain't no domestic violence and mom ain't got no drinking problem and your pops is employed or self-employed, if we can, because again it's not just about me, but if we can as a people create that type of environment, man, these kids are going to be the coldest. They're going to be the coldest generation we have ever seen, and that's my main focus right there, is being able to cultivate that environment to where kids can go to the park and they ain't got to dodge stray bullets, or they can go get candy from the gas station and there ain't no brothers in there shooting at each other. Because these are real situations that I'm dealing with right now with the families that we providing assistance for. 9-year-old kid get caught in a shootout between two grown men inside of a gas station, ears covered, screaming. Man, what is that doing to the? What type of trauma? How's that trauma impacting that child? And what type of teenager or adult is that child going to become after that traumatic situation? Because guess what? He got violated in that moment. So first chance he get, now he reaching for a tool, and he carrying for his own self preservation based off a situation that should have never occurred. So that's my focus, man. Is raising up a generation that's going to take this further than I can even imagine. I'm human again. My imagination is but so limited. So they go. I want them to be able to take this further, and so that's the purpose of our youth academy, raising up those leaders for tomorrow. Because man, how powerful would it have been after Huey P. Newton died or after Malcolm X was assassinated for somebody to step right up and fill that void, and the ball don't stop moving. There's no weak links in this chain, and so that's my focus. Because anything can happen to me tomorrow. I mean, I faced death multiple times, but I don't know what the future holds for me. So my focus is somebody's gonna be able to step right in, and we're gonna keep it moving.
Man, that's powerful. Yeah, King. I feel it, man. I feel it, man. That's what's up. Okay, now I got like one more question. I know you got to bust some moves, so I can ask you. For the viewers that's
Brother.
tuning
You
in.
you good, brother?
Uh,
You can take your time, King. You good, brother?
okay, okay. So, if people they watching this episode, they want to follow what you're doing, they want to keep up with you, they considering trying to, join or, make a contribution to help you in any way they can. Do y'all got a website? Do y'all got social media? What's the best way to, kind of keep up with what you got going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Our most active and engaged social media platform is New Era Cleveland on Instagram. So NEWERA Cleveland on Instagram. If they want to send financial support, that can be sent via Cash App, $ New Era Cleveland, NEWERA Cleveland, as well as New Era Cleveland on Zelle. And if folks want to cut a check, that check can be made out to the Love Project movement. That's our nonprofit sector of this work. So we got New Era Cleveland, the community organization, but New Era Cleveland is powered by the Love Project movement, which is my queen's nonprofit sector. So that sector of New Era Cleveland focuses on addressing the systemic issues. So addressing the system, being systematic, especially when it comes in regards to how are we going to fund this movement, because the funding not going to come from City Hall. So how are we going to be able to navigate around that so that we can sustain this? I'm going to be completely honest. In 7 years, going on 8 years of doing this work, listen, I don't even want to think about how much money we poured out of our own pockets into this movement. But and I'm not complaining because again, I'm making a choice. We make a choice to do this day in and day out. But if it don't have to be just on us, like my brother D Cook from Chicago say, man, if everybody does a little, nobody has to do a lot. So yeah, tap in with us. We need help. If you want to volunteer time, we got kids, man. If you are good at math, science, social studies, reading, whatever it is, primarily with the youth, we need assistance for sure. We need mentors for these guys. Um, they interests range from all types of things, man, from interior design to music. It's some of everything in between. So yeah, we definitely need some mentors to come through to the academy and support in that way as well.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, that's so true, man. I think about it all the time. It's like, for example, we have a community like Glenville or Huff or Collinwood. It might be 20,000 people or fifteen
Yep.
thousand or 30,000 people if everybody just gave an hour. You
Come
feel
on.
me? If
Come on.
everybody just gave a
That
dollar,
part. Oh, say that. Repeat that one more time for me, bro. If everybody just
man,
gave 1 hour,
1 hour, 1 hour out their
man.
lifetime. Because some
Come
people
on,
ain't
man.
giving nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or if everybody gave one coat, everybody gave one
Come
book
on.
bag, everybody
Come on.
gave one hat, or just one day or something. You know what I'm saying? We'll be so much further along. Um,
Hmm.
Now I
But
can
we can
ask
set
you.
that standard,
Uh huh.
brother. We can set
Yeah.
that standard. We can say, all right, now on such and such date, we're doing the coat distribution. If you live in the Collinwood neighborhood, we need one coat per household. Or unless you're the family that need a coat, then that's different. I think that's the problem right there. Is folks can't give what they don't got. That's the problem we run into a lot, man. I'm like, damn, you ain't got an hour. She like, no, I'm working 2 jobs. I work at the Hilton. I'm working at Amazon. I get one day off a week, and even a full day. I'm only off between the hours of such and such and such and such because I bartend on Saturday night. And it's like, okay, I get it, Quinn.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's a good point too. So you might just, like you say, if you could just go door to door or do the patrols, and
Mm-hmm.
once you get to know everybody, then you could say, well, what can you do? Because some people is
Mm-hmm.
working two, three
There
jobs,
we
and then
go.
some people, just don't got the money, or they the people that's in need. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody can give something, man. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
something I was listening to. Everybody could play a part. Like they were
That's a
saying,
fact.
you got the people that hustle, you got the people that work, you got the blue collar people, you got
Yep.
the underworld people. You know what I'm saying? Where I can
Yeah,
give
that's a
something.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll figure it out, and we can do it now, like you say. So okay, my last question is, do you have any upcoming events, any upcoming projects or patrols or meeting that's open, for the public or viewers that maybe
Absolutely.
want to tap in or be prepared for?
Absolutely. So every Friday night, we're gonna be out, and I want to get away from using the word patrol, but I use the word patrol because it's like so comprehensive. People can envision what that is, but really it's engagement. Are we out? We engaging with community, and so that's one immediate event that we got coming up that's consistent as well. Every Friday night, and then I'm I try not to give out the exact time, but I'm okay with it here on this podcast. So every Friday night, we start about 10 p.m. We'll identify a location anywhere throughout the city of Cleveland, or it may be in Maple or Bedford. But we'll disclose that information to those that are showing up. But every Friday night around 10 p.m. we link up and we go out and we do these engagement walks. And so I want brothers. I need black men to be pulling up by the busload for these type of things, man, so that people in our neighborhoods can see that. Because when we post up at the gas station and the queens they pulling up to pump their gas, man, they feel so safe and secure in that moment. And I had to tell one of the queens because she saw the guns and she like hesitated to get out the car. I had to tell her, I'm like, this is the safest place in the city right now. This gas station right here where we standing at. This is the safest location in the city right now. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you while we right here. And after that, I mean, her whole entire demeanor, her entire energy changed, bro. And so again, that's what we're doing this for. So I need more brothers to pull up on Friday night, 10 p.m. DMS at New York, Cleveland for an exact location, and we moving.
Man, that's facts. That's facts. So if you see New Era in the building or they doing the engagement, pull up. You in the
Yeah,
safest place. That make perfect sense, man. I'm in Africa right now. I've been out here all year, last year, so I'll be back and forth. Next time I'm in the city, I'm gonna definitely have to pull up on you. I gotta,
yeah. Where you say
do
you
my
at,
part.
brother?
I'm in Ghana right now. I'm on the west side.
Ah, man, yeah. And I got to make one of them trips, King. My wife been saying for like the last year going to Africa in the next year or two was something. I got to give me a passport. I'm ready. I got to give me a passport. I need dual citizenship. I need me a crib over there and all that.
Yeah, it's possible, man. I don't know if you got people over here already, but I do group
No,
tours. If you ever want to join, just let me know when y'all ready, and I'll set it up. And then I can show you where they people buying houses and buying land and stuff like that. But it's good just to visit, just to see it. And then once you go back home, you could process it because it just opened up another dimension to your mind of what you can do. Going back home and to see people welcoming you, like, yeah, welcome
hmm,
home. Welcome home, brother. And
hmm.
they sharing the history, sharing the culture. Then you see some similarities, and then you get just a different taste of what been seeing your whole life about Africa. So
Yeah, yeah. Other than the lies that we was lied about, they said that them, our homeland, we not welcome. They don't like us. They look down on us and things of that nature. That's powerful, man.
yeah, they definitely showing love. So I want to thank you again, King. I
Yes,
really
sir.
mean it from the bottom of my heart. I do appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate any and everybody that's at least
Thank you,
trying
brother.
and fighting and doing the best that they can. But obviously, if we could come together, we could support each other, we could help each other in any way that we
Yeah,
can. We all can
yes,
do
sir.
something. You know what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying? That'll be
Yes, sir.
powerful. I want to thank the viewers for tuning in too. It's been a phenomenal episode of Taye Speaks. So until next time, family. Peace.